Hello, everyone, and welcome to another lesson here. And today we are going to be answering the question, where are you going? Have you ever been asked this? It's a very common question that people like to ask when they see somebody leaving the room or leaving the office, maybe, or leaving the house. Where are you going? Where are you going? And there's so many places that people go. Let's find out how to answer the question, where are you going? Today's lesson is going to be as much about vocabulary as it is about conversational English. When people ask you, where are you going? They're trying to find out where you're headed. So if you are leaving and you're headed down to the mall to do some shopping, then you might respond to this question, I am going to the mall. I am going to the mall. Where are you going? I am going to the mall. And your answer will be the same no matter where you are going. You are going to start your answer by saying, I am going. And so in a way, this is a very easy lesson for you because you just have to learn one phrase. I am going to, and then wherever you're going. If it's to the bank or to the mall or to the grocery store, you just add that extra word. And so as you learn more and more vocabulary by studying here with us, you will be able to answer this question no matter where you are going. Someone asks, where are you going? I am going to the market. I am going to the market. Now, here in Canada and the United States, we don't use the word market very much. When we do talk about the market, we're usually talking about the stock market, where you do all your investing, right? The stock market. When we go to buy food here in Canada or the United States, we usually say, I'm going to the grocery store. Grocery store. Where are you going? I am going to the grocery store. Grocery store. Where are you going? I'm going to work. I'm going to work. Now, if you work at an office, you might say something more like, I am going to the office. I am going to the office or my office. Let's say you're getting on your motorbike, your bicycle, or your car, and your friend or neighbor sees you, and they might say, hey, where are you going? Where are you going? And you might say, oh, I am going into town. I am going into town. Do you know the word town? That's a small city here in Canada and the United States. When we say town, it's usually about 20,000 population would be a town. If it gets bigger than 20,000 people living in an area, we might call it a city. So let's say my family is getting into our vehicle and our neighbor is there working in his yard and he sees us all getting in the car. He might ask, where are you going? If we said, oh, we're going into town, he would know that we're just going a short distance, maybe 3 kilometers, into the shopping area of our small town. If I was to say, we are going into the city, well, he would know that we're going further than our little town, and that we're probably going into Toronto, because that's the large city that's close to the town where we live. I am going, or we are going in to the city. And if I just say the city, he will know that I'm talking about Toronto, because that's the only big city near where we live, the city. If I wanted to tell him that we were going to a different city than the one that's close to us, I might name the city. Oh, we're going to Ottawa. Or, we're going to Montreal today. Where are you going? I'm going to see the doctor. I'm going to see the doctor. Or a shorter way would be to say, I'm going to the doctor. I am going to the doctor. But it's not really correct English, is it? I'm not going to the doctor. I'm going to the doctor's office. And so if you want to be very correct in your English, that would be your response. Oh, I am going to the doctor's office. The doctor's office. And it can be the same with every profession that you might be going to. Oh, I am going to the dentist's office. I am going to the dentist's office. But it's also okay to say, I'm going to the dentist. I'm going to the dentist. I'm going to see the dentist. You might notice that sometimes I am saying I am going to town, and other times I say I'm going to town. And both are correct. I am and I'm are the same. One is what we call a contraction. We're shortening the two words into one, and we put a little apostrophe in there. I'm going to the dentist. Where are you going? I am going to school. I am going to school. Where are you going? I am going to the bank. I need to make a deposit. I am going to the bank. Where are you going? I am going to the post office. I am going to the post office. I need to mail a letter. I am going to the post office. Where are you going? I am going to the library. I am going to the library. Where are you going? I am going to the gym. I am going to the gym. I want to do a workout. Where are you going? I am going to the garden. I am going to the garden. Where are you going? I am going to the airport. I am going to the airport. Where are you going? I am going to the park. I am going to the park. Well, that's our lesson for today. We're trying to keep them shorter these days. And just before I go, I might mention one thing, and that is it's normally not very polite for you to ask a stranger where they are going. You can ask your friends, you can ask your co-workers where they're going, but if you're on the street and you see a complete stranger walking by, it's not very polite for you to go up to them and say, "Where are you going?" The reason I bring this up is because often when I am traveling in other countries and I'm walking on the street in the city, people will come up to me and ask me that question, people I've never met before. And I can tell they're usually English students. They want to practice their English with me because I look like a foreigner who speaks English. And so they want to stop me and talk to me. And the first question they'll ask is, "Where are you going?" And it's considered to be quite impolite in most English-speaking countries to ask a stranger that question. So if you're an English student and you are wanting to practice your English, it's probably better not to start with "Where are you going?" A lot of times, especially when tourists are in a strange city, they don't know how safe it might be. For a stranger to come up and say, "Where are you going?" the concern or worry that they might have is that if they tell you where they are going, you might call up your friends who are some bad guys to go to that place where the tourist is going and steal his wallet. So that's what they'll worry about, is if a stranger asks them where they're going. There'll be a security concern to answer that question. So if you want to practice your English with tourists on your city streets, it would be better to say something like, "Excuse me, can I talk to you?" Or, "Excuse me, do you speak English?" And if the person says yes, then you might say, "Would you have a few moments to talk with me so I can practice my English?" And most tourists will be happy to stop for a few moments and talk to a local person, especially if they know that they're English students trying to learn English. So that's my tip for the day. And I hope that you enjoyed our lesson. Let me know in the comments below if you like this type of lesson. We'll make more like this. And also, if you found this lesson helpful, go ahead, give it a like. That helps us grow our channel here and build our family of students. Also, if you know of somebody who is learning English and they don't know about our channel, go ahead and share this video with them. Just hit the share button and you can share the link. And if you haven't yet done so, I invite you to subscribe to our channel, and that way you won't miss a single episode of our English lessons here. So long for now.